Hey, hello everybody. Jonathan Geck here with the Daily Opportunity. I wanted to make a quick video for you, answer some more questions that I've been getting about how I day trade, what is day trading, and oh my gosh, isn't it so risky? So hopefully I can answer some of those questions. I also want to do a market update for you. Today is March 17th, Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you had another exciting week in quarantine, watching all your Netflix and Disney Plus and etc. So let me start out with how I day trade and what I use. I use TD Ameritrade as my broker, and they have a platform called Thinkorswim, and that's what's right up here, Thinkorswim. It's not the best platform. It's not the one that everybody must use to day trade. It's just the one I learned and the one I've been using. And so I want to show you a little bit of how I work. I don't do any complicated strategies. I don't short. I don't do options. I don't go crazy with all the different techniques and strategies that are out there. I just do a simple strategy that seems to work. And so let me show you what I've been up to today and how it works. So here is a chart. This is a minute-by-minute chart of the stock market. Usually when people look at the stock market, they are looking at a single line, and it looks something like this. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Maybe something like this, where it's a simple chart. Maybe you look at it over the last year, maybe you look at what it looks like in a week, and it's a line chart that shows the price movement for the day or for the month, depending on your time frame. In my Thinkorswim platform, I look at the stock market in minute-by-minute increments that then show me where the price is and has been in real time. And so my strategy is to use different indicators that are here on the screen. I've got all kinds of lines and trend lines going, and then use those indicators and trend lines to determine when maybe the stock is at a bottom, small one, and might be turning around. So for example, this is today, natural gas. I tend to watch natural gas a lot. And this morning, and all through the morning, it's been following this red line that I drew. And at one point, it hit a high for the day. And then it began to, what we call sell off, or the price began to decline. And then it began to decline rather rapidly. It broke through my trend line I've been watching, hit some of my other indicators, and I bought here. I started buying down here. Bought a little bit here once I felt comfortable, and then I sold once I knew that it was going to come back to a potential point here, that this trend line might act as a place where it would sell back off, and it did. So then I sell there. So buy low, sell high. Now I'm using larger amounts of money than most people who are just picking stocks might do. I might buy anywhere from $5,000 to $12,000 worth of stock here, and then 15 minutes later, sell it for a profit. And then do that over and over again. Try to find where it's going to be low, where I think it'll start to go back up, and then sell. And that's it. That's the simple strategy I use. And you can do this on any stock, really. Let's go take a look at our Exxon stock as an example, where you could say, hey, it's touching this purple line. I think that would be a place it's going to change direction. Sure enough, buy here, sell there, call it a profit. Now, you might ask, well, why don't you just buy and hold? You could buy way down here and hold it all day and then sell up here. I'm not sure of the direction from hour to hour. It's harder for me to determine that. I'm a much more comfortable in a smaller time frame, and if I can do 1% on that $10,000, so let's say I put in 10,000, and I get 1%. That's $100. If I can find 3 to 5 places throughout a day to do that 1%, then I'm happy. I've made $500 for the day, or perhaps one of those 1% turns into 6%, and I've made $600 for the day. And if I can do that every single day, it doesn't matter whether the market's going up or going down. A 1% return over the course of a year will vastly beat the market. And certainly if the market's going down, it's going to beat the market by a lot. And so that's the strategy I use. I hope that answers some of your questions. I've been currently teaching a friend of mine how to do the techniques I use. And he and I have been working together. As soon as I posted my first video, I think within like minutes, and I'll let him tell the story. But I've been teaching him over the last 30 days, and I'm going to bring him on the YouTube channel to talk about what he's learned and the process he's gone through. And I'd like to teach others eventually how to use the techniques I use to day trade the stock market. We're all at home. It'd be nice to make some extra cash, right? All right, so how about a market update? Over here, our watch list of stocks I've been watching. There is more green here than there is red. The market continues to go up. What's going on? Why is it going up right now? That I am not sure. But let me show you what we've looked at. So this is SPY. It's a stock that follows the S&P 500 pretty well. And if I look at the chart over the last 180 days, you can see we had a high back here in February, that big sell-off, what looks like a bottom, and we're here today. What has happened so far is the government and Federal Reserve have put a lot of stimulus money into the economy, and I think that kind of started the trajectory. We had the unemployment numbers come out this week, and they were terrible, and then the market kept going up. So it's hard to say why. I think it's a strong trend right now, and in a buying trend, it can defy gravity at times. But what you can see happening this week is we're starting to level off, it looks like. It's made a high, but even today, you might say, hey, look, there's green. There's green here. Everybody's up a couple, 1, 2, 5, 6%. But since market open, it's actually down. So you have to be careful in the way you look at it. It's up from where it was yesterday. However, it looks like we're going down. And then over the last couple days, we've kind of leveled off a bit. It hasn't been making the gains that it has over the last couple weeks. So we could be at a top here and be looking at maybe a down week next week or a down month for the next 30 days. It's hard to say. What I do know is our economy is still shut down. And when our economy is shut down, I don't know how stock can go up. The earnings that are going to come out over the next couple of quarters, as we slowly get back to working again and the economy rolling, they're going to look pretty terrible. And so I still have the expectation that the market is going to head down and that this isn't going back to, take a look at that 180-day chart. We are not going to go back to February. At least I don't believe we will. Perhaps we would reach back here to March before it reversed. Maybe not. But I think we will come back down to this low. And so if you're thinking about buying stocks right now, my opinion is now might be an expensive time to buy and to wait. If you have stocks you're holding and you've made money in them, you might want to sell them for a profit right now, depending on your strategy, and buy them again as we come back down. So that's just where we are in the market. I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Give me a like, give me a subscribe on YouTube. I hope you can hear some of my screaming kids in the background because they're great. Shout out to my dad. I'm still wearing his 1980s shirt from Union Carbide. Have a great one.